last week, I'm still having a really hard time getting motivated and going out places. And, I never shared with you last week why I was so unmotivated, but back in high school, I was, I guess you could say, roughed up or touched in inappropriate places before graduation, and it's just really affecting my motivation level.
Okay.
And you're the only one I've told.
So you say that you were roughed up in high school. Can you kind of tell me what that entailed?
Well, it's kind of uncomfortable to talk about,
Okay.
but it was in maybe my personal areas.
Okay. Okay. And was this ever brought to anybody's attention, or did you kind of keep it quiet?
No, I just kept it quiet. My mom has mentioned she thinks, or she knows I'm smoking weed, but she hasn't said anything about it. But just to kind of cope with everything, I feel like that's my only answer right now.
Okay. So, this happened some 14 years ago or so, and you haven't really been able to deal with it. You haven't told anybody about it, and it's been causing you a lot of stress and anxiety and making it difficult for you to leave the house and come places like to my office.
Yeah, it was really hard to come to your office because I don't like facing the public. I don't know what's going to happen. And, I do have a hard time getting motivated. I don't have a job. I stay at my mom's house. So, you're the only person I told for 14 years. So,
Wow.
it's hard.
That's a big first step. Well, thank you, for trusting me with that information. I'm glad that you spoke up. I'm glad that we're talking about it now. And I really think that once you're able to kind of identify these emotions that you're feeling and experience them, that you'll be able to move past them. Because right now, it kind of sounds like you're using the marijuana to self-medicate. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I don't really know how else to deal with my symptoms.
Okay. And how often would you say you self-medicate with the marijuana?
Once a day.
Once a day? Okay. And is there a specific time of day that you like to use?
Probably right in the morning because that's when I dread having to get up and get ready for the day, and it kind of just lets me relax and forget about all my issues. It still doesn't change anything. I mean, I know I have to go out sometimes to get the basic necessities.
Okay. And when you have to go out on those certain times, what do you feel? What's it like for you to have to actually go outside?
It's really hard. First I need my mom's motivation, and she really tells me I have to go out and do things, and I start to get really agitated, and sometimes I'll just sit in my car for an hour because I don't want to go outside. I don't want to deal with the public. So, sometimes my palms will get really clammy, but I try to just think to myself, it will be okay. I'm not going to be gone for long. So it's a struggle.
And you say when you don't want to deal with the public, what do you not want to deal with?
I just am afraid what might happen. I mean, it's a really sensitive subject, but I don't want what happened 14 years ago to happen again. And, it's caused trust issues too. So I really only trust my mom and you, which is why I'm sharing with you, but I can't really trust anyone in the public that they're not going to harm me.
Okay, so you're having some sort of fear and anxiety issues about the public and if you're able to trust them.
Yes.
So, when we talk about trust, do you feel the need to, be able to fully trust strangers in order to interact with them? I mean, is it important to you to have a relationship with somebody, let's say, who's at the car wash and who's at the cashier line?
Well, I don't need to have a relationship with them, but when I was touched in inappropriate places, it was from a stranger. So that's why it's hard to go in the public, because I don't know how people are going to act.
Okay, all right. So it sounds like, this past event kind of made you silent. Like you didn't have a voice, you didn't have a say.
Yeah.
That must have been difficult.
It was really difficult just kind of sitting in my room and not having anyone to talk to besides my mom and the few close friends that I have, but they don't know anything that went on.
Is there a reason why you haven't told your close friends?
I just don't really think they need to know.
Okay.
It's a personal issue and it's not everyone's business.
Okay. You tend to be more of a private person.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you had to name, like a couple short-term goals for yourself while you're here in therapy, what would those goals be?
Short-term goal would just having it be easy to, get up and leave to go out in public, so not having to sit in my car for an hour. I want to be able to face reality and not have to hide anymore.
Okay.
And I'd say another short-term goal would be to start getting closer with my mom, so then we can build our relationship. Because right now we don't ever really talk.
Okay. So your goals are to build a better relationship with your mom. You want to open those lines of communication between the two of you. And you want to be able to sort of let go of this anxiety that you're feeling about going outside. And I get the feeling that maybe it's not so much about going outside as it is dealing with people you don't know.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Okay. All right, so those are your short-term goals. I can't help but notice that the marijuana use is not one of your goals. Is that something that you kind of don't want to work on or you're content with?
I mean, it's the only way I know how to deal with my issues, so I don't see an issue with it right now.
Okay. And, maybe along the line, if we work on other techniques to help you deal with your issues and to help you manage your anxiety, maybe that usage could go down or, potentially be a goal for you.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we'll see how things go, but obviously I want to get better, and I know marijuana isn't the right choice for me, but it's the only thing I know of right now to help, so.
Great. So we'll put that, somewhere in the near future, I hope. And if you could wake up tomorrow and have everything be exactly the way you want it to be, just kind of have that perfect life that you've always wanted to live, but you haven't been able to live now because of these anxiety issues and these trust issues, what would that look like for you?
Well, I get up and have a good conversation with my mom, tell her what my plans are for the day, drive to work because I would like to have a job and interact with the people at work and really have confidence to go out and accomplish daily tasks without having to dread interacting with people. And, I go home being happy with my job and repeat the same thing the next day.
Okay. So having a job, that sounds like it's something that might be important to you.
It is, yeah. I mean, I get bored just sitting in my room.
So is maybe, being able to get a job something you want to add to your list of goals?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Okay, we'll go ahead and add that to your list of goals. And, for next week, I would like to assign you, some sort of homework to help you build up your skills when you're not here during the week. I guess what I would assign for this week is journaling. And what I would like you to do is start working on one of your goals. And I don't really have a preference as to which goal, if it's, having better conversations with your mom or being able to go outside for longer periods of time each day. But just pick one of those goals and try to move along in that direction and journal about it. And then next week we will talk about your experiences, how it went, if you think you're headed in the right direction, if you'd like a little bit more direction from me, and if it was working for you. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
All right, great. Well, thank you for coming in, and I will see you next